Protect your home from home. Simple Caravan Insurance, sponsors of the Caravan Channel.
Here's a question for you. What do caravanning and space travel have in common? Well, the Apollo astronauts in the 1960s used American Airstream caravans when they were training. But I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is that you need two things for both caravanning and space travel. You need power and money. It's just a matter of scale, and it's a lot easier to get to Venus when it comes to caravanning. What am I on about? This is the Venus, and it comes from that most spacily of named manufacturers, Lunar. Now, Lunar have always been about making lightweight caravans, and with this they've taken the concept a whole step further. This is a 4-berth caravan and it comes in at less than 1,200 kilograms. Let's take the tour and I'll tell you more about it. Hey, welcome to the command module. Now, I mentioned that being in caravanning takes money and power. What did I mean by that? Well, money. You need money to buy and run a caravan. And the more luxurious and bigger it is, the more money you need. And also, the more luxurious it is, the heavier it gets. And then you need more power. Power from your tow car. And the bigger tow car, well, that equals more money again. It's not rocket science, you know. And that's probably why there's a trend at the moment for the bigger manufacturers to make smaller caravans. Caravans that are easier to tow and lighter on the wallet. Well, that often means chucking out the luxuries. But I reckon in this caravan, the Venus, what they've managed to do is strike a good balance between being cheap and cheerful. My first impression is that this van is a very bright and airy place to be. These heathery purple fabrics on the curtains and the cushions give it a very, very pleasant feel indeed. They've saved weight up front by doing away with the traditional front chest, which would have sat here. But instead you've got this. This is actually the bed slats that slide out, and if you just take them to there, well, you get a very nice little coffee table. You could sit 4 people here, or you could pull it out to make it into a double bed and sleep a couple of large adults. Or, well, these single seats could make single beds for kiddies. But I reckon, like a lot of fixed bed 4-berth vans, this van will probably spend most of its life sleeping 2 in that fixed bed, which is behind you. And that means that there is actually lots of space here. Lots of storage space up high in these lockers, and lots of space down here to stretch out. And that's great. There are fly screens and blinds at all the windows, and that's great. But just making these front curtains into little half-size show things, well, that's just poor show. In the galley you get this combined gas oven and grill, and up top this 3-burner gas hob. And I think this shape is very useful because most caravans come with 4-burner gas hobs, and they're all too small to actually get 4 pans on all at once anyway. There's lots of locker space here, and if you want a microwave though, you're going to have to buy it yourself, and you're going to have to stow it away carefully when you're travelling. Where could you use it? Well, there's not a lot of space here. I reckon you could use this handy shelf here in the bedroom. It's set up for a TV shelf, and that means there's a handy socket just there. And you could use these quirky shelves as, I don't know, how about a spice rack? What else is in the bedroom? Well, the bed, of course. And this one, well, it's not the biggest that I've ever seen in a caravan. If either sleeping partner is more than 6 foot tall, they'll be sleeping with their knees bent or pulling out the convertible bed up front. That's 6'4". This one's only 6 foot long. But beds, fixed beds, aren't only beds, they're also storage cabinets, and this one opens really easily. Just one little finger, in fact. Look at that, opens really easily. In fact, it opens too easily. I bet this would pop up every time you towed the van. So if I owned this van, I'd be finding some way of locking this down. Oh, and there's no external hatch to get access from outside the van into this big storage area, and that seems like a silly omission. And one other thing that isn't in this bedroom is a wash basin. This van keeps its wash basin in the washroom, unlike the Sprite light that I mentioned earlier. Oh, let's go and have a look. You know, this is a very well designed space. This shower cubicle is human person sized. I really like the shower tray for the soap dish there, and the hanging rail that you can hang damp clothes or towels from to air off. There's that wash basin I talked about, and there's the electric flush loo. Oh, and look, a non-see-through washroom window. It can be done. The Venus range comes in 4 different designs, including a twin bed end washroom model and the Tichy 320, which is so light it almost has to be pegged out to stop it drifting away. You know, I like this van. It's not big, but it is quite clever, and it doesn't sacrifice common sense just to shave a few pounds off the weight package. Yep, that's the Venus from Lunar. Okay, time to move on, I think. One to beam up, Scotty.